Okay, so say you have something round about like this. I use it to hold something up like as if it's a leg. Alright? You look at the diameter of the thing, you look at the diameter of what you're trying to hold up. You got pieces hanging off the side. You like to get a full weld out on it. So you like to have maybe a little bit more on the sides, a little flatter. So I mean, you look at the schedule on that pipe. Once that schedule's sticking out, you like it more like something like this. So how do we get there? Well, we're going to check it out. What we're going to do is we're going to go and take a big heating tip, rosebud tip. I don't think it's quite a rosebud. I don't know. I can be corrected. Please correct me. On the acetylene, we're going to heat up the pipe on each side. Smack it with a double jack, whammo, whatever you want to call it. The short-handled sledgehammer. Not the homemade type that I go and weld solid shaft to, but you know, the actual. I believe it's a Wilton I'm using. And get it flattened out like you've seen on that last leg I showed you. Now, I should have made this this advisory before when I was welding to this pipe, and that is that this is zinc plated. This is galvanized. So when I welded to it, I ground down past the powder coating, and then past that zinc coating. Then I was in an area where I had a fan going. I try to stay out from right above it. When you get zinc gets up to a certain temperature, whether you're welding or using a torch on it, it ends up burning up and you can get zinc poisoning. It's all kinds of nasty. I do not recommend welding on anything galvanized or zinc plated, whether it be cold galvanized, hot galvanized, or anything else. Do not recommend using a torch on it. When I was doing that first leg, before I did the video here, actually at one point, I got hot enough for the zinc on the inside to start up and start burning, and it burned for a good 45 seconds after, and lit up the inside of the pipe bright white, almost like magnesium. Not quite as nice as magnesium. Magnesium's cool. But so now that advisory out of the way, we'll get to it. All right, so here's our victim here. Now, I'm going to be burning off that zinc powder coating, staying away, staying upwind. I do have a 14-inch max fan by Can Fan, inline duct fan going at the back door. Nice air movement coming this way with a big roll-up door behind me. Once I get that burned off pretty good, you'll probably see the nice white light coming from the inside of the pipe with the other zinc. Then we'll be going and beating it down with the unbreakable Wilton, and we'll get to it. Get a foot on it. Let's get that track down some. I don't like the way that thing's trying to move around. We'll get her. Hear that, welder? That's what it sounds like when you don't clean your steel. Don't clean that quick right here. Now, can't find a striker that actually has a good flint. Can't find a good lighter. What do? Yep. I got a striker for you. It's called a Lincoln. Oh, Nick. 210 Oh, there is a good one. Oh, good piece right here. Let's go stop smoking. Alrighty then. Hold on. You can see the white that's on the track, the railroad track there, on the pipe with the powder coating there. And that is our lovely results of going and burning that zinc. Got this side a little better, I think. Definitely got this side a little better. We're going to go and hammer that out a little more. You know what? Need to have it hammered out over here a little more. That's what I'm going to do. We'll hammer out right here a little bit more. That flattened out. I should have heated up more towards the inside. Like you got more of this over here, this way, find out, but we heat her up again a little bit, take a couple more wax at her. They said that Lincoln 210 MP was off the process, they weren't kidding. He was a striker. Yeah. Striker up. Oh, I busted the tracks on this side of the track. That 4-inch. Alright, so let's go ahead and I'll wire wheel that out real quick. Actually, that's a cut brush or whatever. So I'll try to get you view down the throat of this thing. Let me look, see if you got a good view down the throat of that thing. Alright, yeah, you got a good view down the throat of that thing. All that white in there, that's from the zinc burning. As you see, there's a couple good shots of it burning, nice bright white. It's made easier when it burned a little hotter, and I think it would have kept burning some more. But there it is. All right. All right, so I just got done pulling this off the water. I just wanted to, when I was looking at it, I just wanted to sort of point something out. Like Carl Fischer of Japhands over there at Make It Custom talks about the face of his hammers. Now look at the face of my hammer. There's one face. Let's look at the other face. If you look at the other face, now that's the one I was hitting with, apparently. Look at the coloring. Okay? Now, take a look at where I was hitting this thing with the hammer. Of course, it didn't start out a perfectly smooth surface anyways. And you're going to have, I imagine, a little distortion because of, just from the fact of this deformation. Now look how the surface looks. Of course, we got some deterioration because of the zinc burning off. But it's pretty well even now. Look where I'm hitting it with the hammer. Okay, let's flip it over. Do the last side I did. Okay, I didn't really wire brush this one too good, but look at the face where I hit with the hammer. Now look at that, the zinc, so that's pretty much uniform there. But you look at here, it's not just like the edges of the hammer that made marks on this thing. It's also, well, it's more visible on this side. It's also the fact of how not smooth and polished. Yeah, that you can see much more here. How not smooth and polished that face of that hammer is. Now mind you that this was hot steel when I was hammer forming it. I guess you could say, yeah, you could say hammer forming it. So it's going to be more prone to the marks from the face of the hammer. Obviously, that's what we're heating it up, is to, cause deformation and deform it. But that is just a good example of exaggerated effect that will happen when you're using your plenishing hammer and the other body hammers on sheet metal or dollies. And so there it is. If I wanted that thing nice and pretty, I would have a not so ugly hammer with not so ugly face. So let's go check this thing out. All right, so there's that. You got it over here. Let's take a look. Now, let me get out of the light here. I look straight down on it. It's not too bad. They're pretty well parallel, even pretty well parallel to the side of the pads there. If we get it under here. Oh. Yeah, it's pretty well close to 3-inch too. So that's not too bad. Got that, the curve of the edge of the 3x5, but now I'll be able to get a weld all the way around that I'm confident in. Good morning from the sunny town of Sunnyside, Washington. So today's Saturday morning. Been working already a little bit. I've been sitting on this video since Thursday. You always tell how much I work by how dirty I am. I've done only a little work. So I've been sitting on this video since Thursday. And the video, of course, as you've seen, is I'm using the torch to make the sides of round pipe flat for welding out. I don't do much torch work. I haven't done much torch work at all. And so I'm going to reach out to Carl Fischer at Make It Custom. And Carl, could you please, just down in the comments even, that'd be just fine. Go ahead and please give me your thoughts on what I did, how I did, what should be added in, what shouldn't be added in. I know that zinc is never anything nice to be messing with. And like I said in the video, I do not advise messing with anything that's galvanized or anything else. Not welding or torching or anything else for heating. Nasty stuff. But I appreciate it, Carl. I appreciate everybody watching. Anything to add in? Anything to say? Tell me how big of a fool I am. I already know. But as far as the rights and wrongs and anything else, let me know. Leave a comment down below. I'll be getting back at all the comments that I can. And all the comments as far as I can tell, because I haven't had many. But no, I appreciate everybody that's been watching this, that has joined me on my little journey here. And hopefully we can learn a little something along the way. And thank you ahead of time to Carl for any help you can provide. Have a good one.